Hello there, this is Mikhail or Michael speaking, and today, without further ado, I will tell you what happened in Ukraine in the last day or two. So first of all, we go to the south of Bakhmut. A few days ago, Russians had captured school right here, and a day ago they had captured the bazaar or market area here. As of right now, they are continuously attacking in the vicinity of this location, as well as attacking over the Bakhmutovka river here. Wagnerites are reporting that they are in the process of clearing the entire area around this school from the remaining Ukrainian defenders. Russians are now fighting beyond Mariupolska Street. They are penetrating deeper and deeper into Ukrainian positions on this front with the support of the flanking attacks here. The Russians are also trying to close the salient, attacking from this direction as well, and are gaining more and more control along this street. Russians are also attacking in the direction of Stadion Avangard here and beyond street of Korsunskova. Now the reports are coming in that Russians are fighting in the vicinity of high-rise buildings near Stadion Avangard. If we zoom in, we can see that this is the area that is being talked about. From what I can tell, Russians are heavily bombarding buildings first and then assaulting them. We can safely assume that Russians are fighting in this area right here, with the support of Russian attacks from the flanks. So this is the Korsunskova street that Russians are trying to gain control over for some time. The Russians are attacking in this direction. They are attacking towards this street right here. The Russians are getting extremely close to this educational facility here and spreading their zone of control around this entire area. The Russians are also attacking here. They are attacking towards this educational facility, as well as attacking right here. If we zoom in, we can see that this area is absolutely packed with high-rise buildings. They are heavily bombarding this entire sector as well. Now here is Russian bombardments of Bakhmut for some context, so you would sort of get an idea of how it looks like. So that was that. As you can see, this is where the famous MiG-17 statue is located, which was destroyed. Here's again photo for the context. The Russians are reported that they are fighting in close vicinity of this statue and around this entire sector. So it is safe to say that Russians are attacking also in these directions as well. Now at Ivanivsky, Russians had attempted very careful attacks after bombardment, but no Russians or Ukrainians had reported any gains or changes. From here we go to the north of Bakhmut. Once again, Russians had captured the entire factory plant here and had reported that they had done clearing this entire sector of possible Ukrainian defenders that are left behind. You have to understand that further in there are more factories and warehouses, but the hardest part is done, as this factory had a lot of underground pathways and tunnels. And now that Russians had cleared it, Russians will have, I would say, much easier time attacking here, which they actually do. There are reports that Russians are attacking in these directions and are trying to gain control over the railroad that goes through Bakhmut. They are also attacking along this railroad right here. Now, there are conflicting reports, but some of them are coming in that Russians had completely captured this parking lot area or garage area, if you will. So Russians had clearly made some advancements on this front. From here we go to this location where Russians are attacking in these directions. Now it is hard to say where exactly they are as of right now, but as you can see by these slight areas right here, this is where Russian zone of control is. They are capturing city blocks by city blocks with some difficulties, but overall they are successfully attacking towards the center of the city. Now from the city itself we go to the north of it, where Russians are continuously attacking from the recently captured forested area here and assault towards village of Khromove. North of Bakhmut, Russians are attacking towards Bogdanivka. They're also attacking towards Grigorivka right here. The hard battles are happening in Orekhovo-Vasiliivka. Sources suggest that this settlement is being controlled both by Russian and Ukrainians separately, so Russians are kicking out Ukrainians and Ukrainians are kicking out Russians. And as of right now, this settlement is heavily contested. Russians are also spreading their zone of control around Zalishansky, attacking along those fields. From here we go to Siversk front. Russians are now attacking towards village of Veselye, as well as village of Verkhokamyanske, Spirny, Avdiivka, and Bielokharivka. All these settlements are being heavily shelled, and after the shelling, Russians are attempting some advancements here. Now, along the Liman-Krymina front, there are no changes for the Russian forces when it comes to capturing some land. However, Russians are heavily bombarding every settlement along this front line, paralyzing Ukrainian communication and logistical lines. In Kupiansk front, Russians had captured Dvorichny and Grinikivka about a month ago and now attacking in the general direction of Dvorichna. From Liman Pershi, they are attempting to spread their zone of control in this area, as well as attack towards Sinikivka, but no changes had happened here as of right now. From here we go all the way down to the Avdiivka front. The recent reports suggest that Russians had pulled out from Stepove, as Ukrainians are controlling the high ground here, and had fortified their positions here along the railroad. They are also attacking in these directions to expand their zone of control. Overall, they had stopped attacking towards Berdichi and Stepove. There were conflicting reports of Kamianka being taken by Russians, but as you can see by the map here, Russians are controlling about 20% of the settlement, with maybe another 5 to 10% being contested by the Russian forces. But it is safe to say that soon Ukrainians will leave this city, as Russians are controlling this side of the river, as well as attacking in these directions to envelop and encircle Kamianka itself. From Kamianka we go to the south of Avdiivka. Russians are continuously attacking from Apitne towards Avdiivka city itself, as well as from Vadyani towards villages of Severne and Tonenke. In the direction of Pervomaisky, Russians are continuously gaining ground in this area, attacking here. They're also attacking here, as well as attempting to capture village of Nevelsky. From Pervomaisky we go to the Marinka front. Now, Ukrainians themselves are saying that Russians had become extremely active here on this front. Heavy fighting in Marinka center had intensified. As you can see, Russians are now flanking Marinka from both sides, as well as attacking here to the south of it. They're also attempting to capture village of Pobeda, but as you can see, had only come close to it and had started fighting for it as of right now. Russians are also attacking towards Novomikhailivka, but no changes were reported here. At last we have Vuhledar, and it would seem that the change of command had changed the whole situation, as Russians are gaining more and more territory around the mines right here and Vuhledar city itself. Heavy bombardments of Vuhledar continues as Russian forces are storming Dacha's areas around it. Now, there are interesting news coming in from Ukrainian sources that the PMC Wagner group is spotted in Vasilikivka. Perhaps Russians are planning their attacks at the direction of Kamianske or Stepove, so on this front. Before I end this video, I want to show you a video of this road right here, so you'll get a general idea of what's going on here. So here you can see this road, and you can see how a fairly light vehicle is struggling to pass on it. Imagine a heavy European or American tank trying to go on this road. It would sink in the mud immediately. This is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting, especially liking, as it promotes my video to more and more people. To all of you who have done this, I thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. Now, once again, humanity calls me to condemn all violence against human beings. I hope you had a good day, or will have a good day depending on the time you're watching this video. And please always remember, Russia will be free.